was able to add this like instantly today. MYKOBO fee 2.35, and it goes 67.
Incredible.
See that we know a little bit about MYKOBO, but now we know more just after today. After
Powerful,
a
powerful.
little bit experience, literally, how we solve real world problem today. Real world problem. I asked someone in Greece, to load the money, instantly add money and send it to someone in Lebanon, and he went to someone else who cashed it from him.
Welcome to the show, where we interview some of our most powerful partners because we're boring in comparison to our partners. So it's a chance to shine a light on them and the fantastic work they're doing in the real world to make financial inclusion more accessible. So no better way to start than to be interviewing these two gents from Empowch. But there's no one better to introduce themselves than the individuals themselves. So Frederick, we'll come to you first.
Yes, thanks, Jordan. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Empowch, and I've been working with Empowch for about 2 years. It's a new field for me. I've never been in blockchain before, like everybody. Motaz has been doing, thank you. Motaz has been doing it for many, many years, and it's his baby. And but Motaz and I know each other for more than 15 years. We were really good friends. We met in Saudi Arabia, and we just happened to end up in our life paths that we can work together 15 years later, and here we are. And of course, we're having the best time ever, So thank you.
Hey, more than welcome. I'm glad to be part of the best time ever.
Yeah,
Even
thanks,
if
man.
it's a small contribution. Well, let's talk to a big player in that. So, Motaz, who are you?
Well, I'm a Lebanese immigrant living in the United States. I left my country when I was 19 years old. I got a scholarship to go and study in Turkey after finishing school. An opportunity showed itself in Saudi Arabia, and I moved there where I met Freddie and I met my other co-founder and become my partner. And I stayed in Saudi Arabia a few years, working on different projects in the insurance industry and something in the baklava. I tried to bring baklava business from Turkey to Saudi Arabia. And yeah, a few years I stayed in Saudi Arabia. It was a great time when I met Freddie. We had a great time together there. We become very close friends. And I moved to the US in 2014. Also was working on some other startups idea in insurance, was still new in the country there. But the last 10 years, we settled here in the US. And here in the US, I work for the World Bank, doing user experience design, and in the fintech as well. I spent quite some times learning about the whole industry, and the corporate and team, and get some good experience. And yeah, over those 20 years, during my journey from since I left my country till here, I witnessed it. I grew up in excluded communities, totally excluded from the banking systems. And over the last 10 years, 20 years, nothing has happened. They still don't have bank account. They're still completely excluded. The only thing has happened, technology has emerged. Mobile devices are in the hand of everyone. Remind me when I was a student in Turkey, I used to call my friends to take the phone to my mom from a village to another village, driving for 10 miles to just say hi, to her. Today she has an iPhone, and she lives on WhatsApp, and how we communicate on a daily basis. And she has her YouTube channel, and she watch like different cooking in a different area in the Levant area in the Mediterranean. So with that technology in the hand of everyone's hand, it's perfect time and place to really empower them and have them included into the financial system. That's what drives me. More pressing when I try to send really much needed cash to her hand. She lives in rural Lebanon, and she's not the only one. Millions of people like her suffer from that. Millions like me, a diaspora immigrant, when it comes to sending money, So we decided to, you know, offer this, build this platform and tackle this, because we have firsthand experience on what is the exclusion, what's the effect of it on the excluded community of the mBank community over time, over generation, because I left it over generation. And we we put together a team, and I'm so glad that Freddie and myself and the other member of the team are fully dedicated to bring Empowch to the hand of people and see the impact, not just moving money but just seeing the impact.
And that's
So
such a
this
beautiful
is
story.
who I am, and we're excited for this venture and this partnership.
Beautiful, beautiful. And we'll delve in, but like I said, we're boring in comparison. And so, you touched upon such a beautiful story, and you identified a perfect problem. And it seems like you've got the perfect team. If you're happy to share, who else is within that team? Is it just you two?
No, actually, we're a team of 8 people. It started with me. I had the first problem, that I faced when I tried to send cash, and then I brought my co-founder, and she's my partner and my wife. We're raising
Beautiful.
together 4 children, and we consider Empowch is the 5th one, and that's why we've been like into it for years. And then we was like really having hard time, partner and to get this business together, and bootstrap it from our own saving, get developer to build it was hard. We always like to find more. Till Freddie joined us, and when he moved west here, and like, okay, what are you guys up to? He said, look, we're working on this project, and we started to explain, and the more he got excited, and that's really helped us. Like, those the core team, I would say, me and my partner and Freddie. And then, so we wanted the development team to also take a place as well. So we started with local people who had the first-hand experience, who suffer, who have problem with moving money, who needed the most. Developers in Lebanon excluded in an area where there is no internet, consistent internet signal, no electricity, really severe conditions, and we empower them. And then that's where it showed us that actually what is the meaning of empowerment, because when you send people, like you support your family with a little bit cash, you helping them. But when we provide the tools for those who could make cash, make more money, that instead of giving a fish, you teach them how to get a fish, right? So that's what we strive with this technology to put in the hand of people, to be able to use it to get paid, especially in the gig economy. So the team that we have, really brilliant team, dedicated, solid team, and they all have the same issue with the payment and the money, and they have like dedication to solve this problem and passion to it. We have a tech team based in Lebanon. We also have interns started with us, 2 of them, Andrea, who's been with us for quite some time, and Aboudi. They started as intern, but they are so passionate about this and say, look, we're with you. We're a bootstrapped company. We're not funded yet, and we're just trying to like get to the next milestone with our limited resources.
And those limited resources has brought, of course, a fantastic team. Maybe we call Freddie Uncle Freddie to this 5th child of yours. And Freddie, if you don't mind, I'd love to bring you up. There's a number of features, and I even will say the team is one of the features behind Empowch that is solving this problem. But in your opinion, what would you say is the number 1 feature you're the most proud of that truly solves that problem?
Well, I think if I had to like choose one, it's so hard, but if I had to choose one that's really the most powerful thing in the whole equation, it's the ability to store money borderless in a device that you can take with you. It's one of the biggest hurdles that that unbanked people have. They don't have the facility to store their own cash. They have to like hide it under the mattress, put it under the bed. It's a safety, it's a risk issue. The wallet provides that tool. It provides a tool where they can safely and securely store it. And then once they've stored it, they can use it for different things. But at the core, is the ability to receive the money, store the money, and then spend the money. That's the key thing. That's
It
so
really
powerful.
is. And, you know, we take it for granted, at least many of us do, right? At least in this room, we don't. That when you go to another country, you take your money with you.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
It truly is.
I mean, the borderless idea is just the most powerful thing about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's the future.
Portability, being able to have it with you, the mobility of it, portable with you.
And then also, if you think about the portability of it, you know, not just unbanked people, but freelancers, people in the gig economy, you know, digital nomads who are traveling around the world, Southeast Asia, doing their tours, and they're online and all kinds of stuff. Complicated for them to have bank accounts and then send the money, you know, to whichever country they're in, and having to find like a local cash supplier and get the cash out. With your wallet, you can just go wherever you want. You know, you take everything with you now. So it's a super, super powerful tool.
A tool which I know beyond this show, we're going to be seeing an awful lot more over the next coming months and years. And I know we're playing a small piece to that puzzle. And, you know, Motaz, I'll come back to you because we had a great conversation offline. What piece of the puzzle does not just MYKOBO, but the stablecoin EURC play in that puzzle?
Yes, the stablecoin solve one puzzle was, you know, what Bitcoin, when it started, it did not solve this problem. Bitcoin is intended to be the digital cash for the unbanked. And it took a totally different turn and become trading for those tech savvy, for investors, and did not really solve the intended one who has that problem. Stablecoin bring that missing component. That's the puzzle, that missing piece for the mass adoption. And we believe truly, if that's the way it had started, of course, now Bitcoin totally different things. But the stable coin, it will solve the problem for, it's part of the design, right? Because people, you know, the experience of it, the user experience, when you experience the volatility, if I send my mom a $10 today and the next day they are 11, she'll be happy. But if they are 9, wait a second. So I think that's what prevented the mass adoption, and the stable coin bring that missing piece.
Wow. You just said something so deeply rooted in the human psychology, which is we are more likely to take action if there's a loss than if there's a win. Right? It's almost like we assume that and that we are owed some sort of win. But when we lose, the pain to happiness ratio is so much greater in humans. And you hit the nail on the head that when she loses $1, that pain is unmeasurable compared to her gaining $1, because that will soon fade.
And that's prevented the mass adoption. Why the streamlined adoption for the intended customer or the end user of this technology, the unbanked. They're not tech savvy, and they remain excluded and remain unbanked. Now with the stable coin, that's gonna change the game. But enabler like us and like Circle stable coin, making this in the hand of people, making it accessible, and easy to use, will change the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, our Euro stable coin would not be as sexy as you make it sound without you. But you know,
well,
the thing.
Yes, for the USD with Circle, and even with the Euro with MYKOBO. So it's the, you know, like the concept of the stable coin and the stability of it now. And end user doesn't need, or the you know, the unbanked, they don't need to go through all this complication. That the debate and the whole tech terminology among the fintech industry kind of increased the bar higher for, you know, those who's included, like, oh, so much techie.
That's right. And there'll be a new problem to solve. So we're not going anywhere anytime soon. But talking about time, I know we're coming towards the end of this. And I did promise both you gents that a call to action. If there's one last thing that you want someone sitting at home watching, what would you like them to remember? And we'll come to you first, Uncle Freddie.
Yeah, I think that the call to action that I always like to put out is for people just to download the app and test it. Just try it. Don't feel like you commit. We're not getting married. We're not getting married. We're just download the app, put a little bit of money into it, and just test it. See what it can do, and see what solution it can provide for you. That's all you have to do. And once people can see the huge benefit of it, we know that there will be mass adoption. But everybody should be very eager to open up your self-custody wallet. Have it. I mean, I know I tried for so long to have a blockchain wallet, and it took me a long time. Now you can have your own self-custody wallet. I play around with it, and I can see the huge benefit. And everybody can just learn for themselves. And then as we unroll things, it'll get better and better and easier. So that's my call to action. Download the app and test it. Play around with it.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you for that call to arms. And Motaz, anything to add?
Yeah, I would also ask everyone to really explore what it means to have a sovereign digital wallet. Because a lot of people still, I think they don't know the power, how the potential of having a sovereign digital wallet that's owned by you, controlled by you. It's accessible by you anytime. It's inclusive, it's borderless, and it enables peer-to-peer transactions at like instantly. So that's my call to action. I would encourage everyone to explore what it means to have a sovereign digital wallet through Empowch.
Powerful. And with that
And together with everyone, we will make finance inclusive.
Yeah. Powerful way to finish. Powerful way to finish. So there you go, everyone. Go out there, explore, because at the end of the day, we truly, truly, truly are going to miss what's being built. And there's an opportunity right now to contribute to what's being built, right? What's the best way they can actually give some feedback to the two of you? And Freddie, I'm looking at you for that.
Yeah, I would say, go onto our social medias, join our community. We're trying to build this community of empowchers, people that will help us, really empower community. That's who our interns were, and that's once we get them on board, everybody loves the idea. So join the social media. Become part of the Empowch team, and reach out to us via any of our social media channels, and engage with us, and let's get connected, and let's get involved, and empower people's pockets.
Brilliant, brilliant. Empower people's pockets. Thank you so much, gents.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.